Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals.
We'll kick this one off. Number 10, ready to return.
Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Right. We got right. Guys, it's game situation. Watch it now, Barney.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Bringing him down defensively, Jayon Brown.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Tight end left. Even. 4 down. Even. Over.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Hey, 4 down. Check 43. Over. Watch the whip. Watch it now, Barney.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. Spins by. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Nice hit, boy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Detroit. Watch 54. Gun.
Mayfield on 1st down. Buying, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
We got 4. Watch the safety creep. Watch it now, Barney. Hatch it.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hey, we are over.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch you now, Barney.
A give. This is Kamara. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves him needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Hey. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, boys, we got 4. 4 down. Watch you now, Barney.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And some room to roam now. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
They go play action here on 1st down. For the former Washington Husky, Dante Pettis, touchdown number 1 in his career. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. A long opening drive, but a very successful opening drive. We call that methodical, I guess, when it takes that many plays.
Methodical and almost like a boxing match where you're hitting them with body blows. They can withstand them here. Look, they gave up the touchdown, but you don't feel like a knockout is there. But they keep doing that in the 4th quarter. That's when the knockout occurs.
And it becomes tough for that defense if they're on the field that long. We'll see if they can continue that in future drives. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
Check. Crunch. Deuce right, Chief. Crunch. 29. 29. Monday, down. Blue 80.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Now Mayfield. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Dante Pettis with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make the score 14-0.
The Ravens is
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys? Coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night, guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
Get set. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. 4 down. 4 down. OP. Slam. 808.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He's to the 10, and he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Devontae Freeman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make our score 14-7.
the Bengals will kick this one off.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Ravens taking the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
4 down. Check. 4 down. Switch. Over. Mike 55. Hey, eat. All day.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
4 down. Even. Leopard. Over.
Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Alvin Kamara really settling into the league in his 2nd season. And, of course, he came out of Tennessee, but not a lot of people remember he started at Alabama.
He did and got caught in that big mix of running backs at Bama. And they like those bigger, thicker runners, those guys who can break down defenses through the middle. Alvin Kamara ended up leaving Alabama, going to a junior college for a while. I believe he went to Hutchinson Junior College before matriculating at Tennessee and finding his way to the NFL, where he is now a star.
Slam.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Remember to tune into the NFL Network for weekly highlights, insightful player interviews, and exclusive team access.
Tight end right.
Over.
Watch twist.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Gun!
Tight end left.
Gun!
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. Open man right side is Kupp, complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's the first catch of the game for Kupp, and he's got a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey. 4 down.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Watch tight end. Hey, boys, we got 4 down. Kill.
Leopard! Over!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
The Ravens on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is third and 10.
Lucky 56.
4 down. Check.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Mike's 5-4.
Over!
Mayfield now from the 50. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. all they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. His throw caught at about the 5. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Devontae Freeman with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. Now it's Wilson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now here come the Ravens.
Number 16 on the return.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Watch you now, Barney.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara.
Turn up. Kill.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Check 25.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Hey, I'm coming after you. Check. Lucky.
On the ground, Kamara. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Kamara. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
4 down.
Over.
36.
2nd down, Mayfield. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it down here to the 43. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Gun!
Alert. Shift.
1st down, Mayfield. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Strong right.
Watch you now, Barney.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara.
Bang.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
4 down, 4 down. Check, 4 down.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney.
No. Off.
Over.
Sponge, no.
Hot.
Check 50. Motion.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
Barney.
Even. 4 down. Even. You go tight.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right.
Over.
They get it to him running left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals getting set to go.
But 5-man box.
Hey, turn it up.
734. Down. Blue 80.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Shift.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking deep for Julio. He's got a man, complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There's simply no sense in wasting a great catch like that on a short gain. Get downfield like you just did there and use it up that way.
No dink and dunk.
Check. Hey, check Mike 45.
734.
Carr now on 1st down.
Let's make these babies crawl the way back home.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Watch tight. Tight end right.
Watch you now, Barney.
A busy night continues for Kamara. Finding room at the 30. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Watch you now, Barney.
Watch out.
They go play action. Mayfield. He's got his man on the crossing route. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for the rookie Baker Mayfield. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He'll rifle this one deep right. It got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Deuce right. Express.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Monday down. Get down, get down. Blue 80.
And that'll set them back 5.
Or parents looking for children at the stadium should go to the nearest guest service area.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the stick, 2nd and 15. Shotgun now for Carr. He's going to fire one deep left side. This is caught inside the 15. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
White.
45's the mic.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
Number 4 has his pass ball incomplete. 2nd down.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Get down. You're wide 8-8.
Check, 45's the mic.
808.
65.
Carr to throw again. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
4 goes incomplete.
Monday
Two
down.
incompletions haven't moved him any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
45.
808.
45's mic. 45.
Again, it's Carr.
Not today.
Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Incomplete. Number 12, the intended target on the
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Crosby puts it through, and they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Here comes Johnson on the return. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Throwing on first down is Carr. Flush to his right. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Low. Down.
On second down, here's Carr. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And now it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Tight right.
Hey, 29.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. It's caught. Jones. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Joker.
One, Raider one.
Jack.
On second down, Freeman. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I enjoyed watching Robert Quinn in pregame warm-ups with you down on the field. Did it surprise you how tall and angular he is? You wouldn't think he'd be able to play against the run that well, would you?
But he can, and he showed it right there, didn't he?
That's that wrestling background he has. He understands leverage as well as anyone in the game. A big-time wrestler in high school. He didn't lose very often.
3-time heavyweight state champ in South Carolina. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Watch you now, Barney. 41, watch 41. Over.
Coming left is Kamara. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Watch you now, Barney. Mike.
They run it again with Kamara. Pushes him over. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Tight left. 4 down. Check. Watch you now, Barney. Deuce.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. A first down throw for Mayfield. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check 6 guy. Over.
On the ground, this is Kamara.
Tighten up.
It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
Most players would tell you that night games, while they can be fun, they're really hard to prepare for because you wake up on game day and all you want to do is get to the stadium and let's get going. But you got to bank that fire a little bit and hold it until the evening. It's almost like a Broadway premiere. Got to wait until the nighttime to go out there in front of the bright lights. And boy, he harnessed himself really well, and now he's unleashing it on the opponents.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
A little leaguer there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, that extra emphasis on it, got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
And the ball moved up here now to 2nd and 7 following the penalty.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Over.
Following the penalty, it's Kamara. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Now here's Johnson. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
93.
45's the mic. 45's the mic.
Hurry, get set, fellas.
Get this, boy. You think you gonna get this?
Deuce right.
You think you gonna get this?
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Escaping the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joey Bosa able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Down. 180.
Check Mike 45.
Hey, Raider 2.
Hatchet.
From the gun, it's Carr. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down. Carr now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
You're mine.
3 down.
Now the pitch to Freeman. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
White Monday.
Out.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Tight end's right.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Joey Bosa in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. Such a highly touted product out of Ohio State. Bosa has not disappointed in the NFL.
Not even close. Rookie of the year, his 1st season. 12.5 sacks and a Pro Bowl his 2nd season. What's next for this guy? I say the sky's the limit, and you know how much he loves pass rushing. Even swaps moves with the opposition post-game, always trying to get better.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Down. 185.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off around the 41. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
Blitz!
Leopard!
Again, it's Kamara. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Tyquan Lewis makes the stop. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throwing. Mayfield drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders about how to stay in the moment, stay focused on the task.
And he's got him in the driver's seat here in the fourth quarter.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
Detroit! Tight end left. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Hey, watch it. Gun! Detroit!
Mayfield to throw it. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. What a game for the rookie Baker Mayfield. 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon, and the Ravens will add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Joey Bosa bringing the pressure again, and that is his 3rd sack here tonight. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Purdue!
To throw his car. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Joey Bosa in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Tight dog. White. 24.
Here's Carr. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Tight end's right.
637. Guys, check me out. We got
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Down. Blue 80. Go. Get set.
Here comes the me.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Check pass.
Now, Carr again.
Check three.
Gets it off to Freeman. He got 29 yards that time. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
5 down. Stand up in. Hey. You got to get moving, man. Man, move it. You got to get that.
Into the red zone. It's Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hurry, get set, fellas.
3 down.
Down. 180.
Slams.
They toss to Freeman. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And the Bengals on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
5-man box. 93.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Hey, we are.
They'll run it. Freeman. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Hey.
Watch it now, Barney.
Now a pitch out to Kamara. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Kamara. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
He's had some big runs in this game. Not there, though.
But I don't think they're going to be deterred by that play.